Welcome, everybody, to Tuesday Night. I'm your host, MCToon, and tonight we've got a debate between Robert Greenlee and Jmiah Smith. It was uncertain if Jmiah was going to be able to make it at 8 Central or 9 Central. Earlier today, he said 9 Central. But I've got Robert in the house. He's in the house right next to me here, right here. Not kidding. He's on stream, coming to us from parts unknown. There it is. Welcome, Robert. Everybody can see you now and hear you.
Good to see you again. It's been a while.
Yes, it has.
You see, I'm live in orbit just outside the ISS.
Yes. Yeah. Hold it. Just hold your breath.
Yeah.
Nice. So, Jmiah will be here in probably, 55 minutes, but if there's regular flurf technical issues, who knows? It could be another hour after that, or it could be right away. Sometimes it happens.
Well, hopefully he's charging his phone because he says he has to join from his phone.
Yes.
So he's got lots of battery charge and he's ready to present his evidence from his phone.
For sometimes flurfs don't have, for some reason, they don't have computers. They just have phones. Makes it better to do their high-end woke research while sitting on the toilet. So I want to remind everybody that's in the Minneapolis, St. Paul area. There is a meetup on Thursday. That's 2 nights from now. It's going to be at 7 o'clock at India Palace in Woodbury, which is on the east side of the Twin Cities. It's not much difference for me. So I didn't mind. But there are, I don't know, for some reason there's less people on the east side. And some of the people I know, like Shedzy, it's a little far for him. Anyway, that's the plan. Come, everybody is invited, even flatties. And you can, we'll hang out until they kick us out. There are a couple restaurants right next door if you prefer non-Indian food. Let me know, MCToon at MCToon.net if you plan on coming, or shoot me a DM on Discord or Facebook. And I've got a little something for probably everybody that shows up, a little gift. You'll have to be there. I see Brenda has said already can't make it. So thanks for letting me know. I know Shedzy has said probably gonna be there. I saw Shedzy in chat. There he is. So anyway, I got another email. I got some other people saying, so definitely going to be a few people there. So you going to make it, Robert? A little far? You going to just...
Yeah, maybe next time.
Hop in the plane quick?
Unfortunately, when the airplane only goes like 150 miles an hour, nowhere is really that quick.
Yep, I suppose. Facty says, how about Canadians? I actually met Facty at Punchy's house last month. So we did a bit of a mini meetup there at Punchy's house. So now, if you don't know, people, Robert has one of the larger and definitely very active Facebook groups on flat Earth research. How many members are in that group?
I think it's up to about 61,000.
Okay.
And the funny part is we created the group, I forget how many years ago it was. It had the exact same name as Nathan Thompson's group. And it really was just a joke to create a mirror of his group.
Yeah.
And if you look at the logo on the group, it is his logo, but it happens to be broken.
Yeah.
Because, of course, there is no flat Earth. And we created it as a way to pull people from his group and give a place for both sides to be able to discuss the topic without being blocked by Nathan. And of course, as you know, Nathan's group got zucked and deleted, and this one had remains and keeps growing.
Yeah.
So get a good chuckle from that.
So, and for reference, Nathan will whine and complain that his group got zucked because they're suppressing the flat Earth truth. In reality, he had been posting a whole bunch of things based on the Mustache Man prior to that, and that's probably a lot more to do with it than anything else, because the group you run has the same topics discussed and doesn't get deleted. So,
And that's really what it comes down to is the members of a Facebook group can post just about anything outside of, pornography, stuff like that. But if the administrators and moderators of a group start posting it, such as the mustache man stuff, that is instant death from Facebook. That's the quickest way to kill a group. And that's exactly what he did. During the COVID era, he was posting, all of the stuff that you're not supposed to post during that time period, and along with all the other stuff. And they 1, 2, 3 strikes and you're out. It was gone.
yeah.
So it was really his own fault the group got zucked, not anybody else's fault.
I think we have a detractor asking you a question.
Sure.
Is the pilot going to demonstrate how you can fly over a surface that curves down and away in all directions without changing your natural upright angle of reference to that surface? Oh, such a flatty.
We'll talk about that during the debate if it comes up. Absolutely. So that's number 42959.
Yeah.
My question back to you is: do you think airplanes can fly into space where there's no air?
There you go.
That's generally what they say. That an airplane would just keep climbing and climbing and climbing. As you push the nose down, well, can an airplane go into space? Because that's what you're saying.
Yep. So Yerba Mate Talks, which is Max, is saying that is a Dick Wayne account. So now that reminds me, Professor Phil Bell has said that he does want to debate Dick Wayne and wonders if I would host. And I said, yes, I would host. So I need to email Dick Wayne. If that's you, Dick Wayne, then you have been invited to debate Professor Phil Bell on this channel. I'll host, and I'll be a fair moderator.
I'm going to find my Lego prop airplane to use. Get that ready.
Oh, for the debate. Jack Fetter. Jack Fetter, have you checked out? You're gonna love it. QOp's Flurf Wiki page. It received a pretty big update today from the Flurf Whisperer. I don't know if people know who the Flurf Whisperer is. Flurf Whisperer is kind of just monitors Flurfs and does a lot of posting on the Flurf Wiki. There's several others that do as well. You've got Peter Markley does a lot on there, and Gowden's Raber does a lot on there. Sour Pounder does. Globes Galore and Flurf Whisperer all are very popular, or not popular, are common contributors on the Flurf Wiki. So, Jack Fetter, you have to go look at the edition, the Quapian Dogma. It's so good. Robert's audio is half of the volume of mine. Okay, I turned you up.
All right. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. That better?
There we go. It went into the red, and mine is barely going into the red, so it looks like it's probably better now.
Yeah, nobody ever accused me of being quiet, so.
Yeah. So no, the Flurf did not run away. We knew that there was potentially going to be a timing delay. So I set the time to start now and said, you know what, we can just go and we can chat a little bit. So while he gets stuff ready. Now you had asked a while ago, do we want to talk sometime about what it's like moderating a group on Facebook? And I don't know if there's things you want to talk about or what kind of issues you see or encounter.
Yeah, I'm going to say, it's a bit of a poop show, just because you have to try to find that balance of letting it be a free for all, where you can kind of let any topics come up or let them post, but then you have to be a little bit careful with that obviously they're not posting things that are going to reflect negatively upon the group. Things that are, obviously, I mentioned before, certain types of content that would get the group zucked. Which is why most groups have some type of moderation set up where you can't just post without it being approved, so we can kind of look through. Trying to also moderate the types of things, if I've seen that meme now 50,000 times. Am I going to let it post again? No, decline.
Yeah.
So we're not really censoring. It's just, I've seen that meme 20 times today. I'm not going to post it again. So it can actually get pretty busy. I actually not only have the group that I've kind of created, I help out with some other ones. And like Flat Earth's Friends, there was a period of time last month where there was about 2,000 posts pending. It's just impossible. There's just no way to keep up with that.
Yeah.
It got to the point where like, okay, anything older than 2 weeks, delete, 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 delete. Let's start over. So it's nothing personal. It's just sometimes when you have a group of volunteers, and that's all we are with volunteers, you cannot make money running a Facebook group. So everybody's just volunteering their time. It can be overwhelming at times trying to keep up with this when it gets really busy.
So Jeebus is asking, can we slap around Prick Wayne? So the rule for Dick Wayne is that in the chat, because people have paid for it. Let me check the amount. We'll come back to the group here. I just want to let's see. We've got the current amount for Dick Wayne to it's extortion is what it is. What I'm doing. There's a name for it. It's extortion, where he has to pay to no longer get be a Whack-A-Troll. 260 was the thing, but then there was some extras. So let's see, 270, 290. Let's see. 295, and then wow, that's a good one. 345 is the extortion needed for Dick Wayne to not be to have the ban hammer, not the ban, the delete his comments, but you don't need to time him out for at all. You can just delete the comments. So. Anyway, so this number 42959 is suspected to be a Dick Wayne account. And I just want to be sure, if you are not in fact Dick Wayne, number 42959, send me an email, mctoon@mctoon.net. Just let me know who you are so that I don't, so that I can then rescind the Whack-A-Troll on you. But if I don't get an email, then I will take that as tacit acceptance that you are indeed Dick Wayne. So, okay. So I get added as admins and moderators to groups, and I don't do hardly any modding of activities at all. I just get added. And I'm like, and sometimes like I'll get a notification like somebody wants to post this comment or this thing on a group, and I'll click on it without remembering, oh no, I don't want to get into that because these groups have hundreds of pending posts, but you can't flood a group with 100 posts in a day. There's no point. There's
you recall Nathan would have like hours long live casts, basically him going through and moderating his group and blocking people, filtering people. He would just sit there for hours and people would watch him. And it was just like, it just seems like the most boring content I could possibly imagine. So I thought about doing that once. I'm like, oh no, that's horrible.
Yeah, that's not fun. I definitely don't want to do that myself. That's why I don't. But it for people that are, you're more serious about it and you want to have a well moderated group, you put in time and you keep it well moderated. So
yeah. In this group, I mean, I'm looking at it right now. Of course, it's kind of annoying. On the computer, it just says 20 plus posts are pending, and there was none this morning. So just in that amount of time, there is already a whole bunch of posts waiting to be moderated.
20.
If I look at it on the phone will actually tell me. So yeah, there's
because I think
33 posts right now.
See, 20 posts in a day in a group is probably plenty for a group.
Yeah. There's 33 right now from this morning.
Wow.
and they had a chance to look at. So it's
Well,
just, yeah, it's never ending. And you kind of have to find balance. You have to, obviously, family is priority. So family comes first, work comes first. And if they're happy to have a little spare time later on, we play with the fun groups. So you can't take it too seriously. You can't like, have your entire wardrobe with your group patch all over it and, wrap your whole life around the group as being your greatest accomplishment. And when it gets wiped out like that, you go live in an RV.
He's last time I got an email or saw an email from Nathan, he still had that in his footer.
Yeah.
Founder of the whatever group. All right, let me see here. We got Shedsy49 says, see you there. That's to me, I think, for Thursday. Looking forward to it. Jack Fetter says, if the Flurf isn't going to show, I'll pre-register his debate responses now. 1, water needs a container. 2, perspective. 3, nuh-uh. Okay, yeah. Keep that in mind. Icy Spin to you, Robert. Any news on Quincy Carr since y'all's debate, Robert?
I have not heard anything from him other than he was essentially told by the FAA to stop pretending the Earth was flat and preaching it, otherwise he'd lose his commercial pilot license. So he kind of decided that it wasn't worth losing his career over this nonsense.
Yeah, I suspect that. I had told him, because he was posting things on Facebook talking about my kid. I'm like, you know what? You're going to stop talking about that, or I'm going to the FAA. And he didn't stop. So I lodged a complaint with the FAA. So if he's received pressure, I will happily take credit for, and I don't know, anybody else who's complained to the FAA can as well, but take credit that or blame if they want to blame. I don't care for that. So
I apologize. I'm multitasking, getting some things ready just in case Jmiah does show up. And he did promise us, we in our chat with Jmiah and Mike coordinating this, that my criteria was that he needs to show up with positive flat Earth evidence, which means not him trying to disprove the globe. He needs to have actual evidence. And he said he has lots of it. I'm not sure how much he's going to present from his phone, but that's how I'd kind of like to focus on, is I think every debate I've done, I don't know, I'd probably say the past 3, 4, 5 debates I've done, I've presented a bunch of evidence and the Flurf has said nuh-uh and didn't have any evidence of their own. So I'd like to focus on he goes first, he presents his evidence, we'll discuss it.
Well, yeah, I think being that he is the guest, he should have the position of honor to present first. So yeah, that's a good idea. Alyssum Aviation says, love from Oz, good to see Rob around again.
Yeah. Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah. One of these days I'm going to make it to Australia, even if I have to be upside down.
Just fly your plane there. Just hop in your single engine 18.
Can we get a whole bunch of, mile-long aircraft carriers all the way across the ocean so I can keep refueling every 500 miles?
Well, you could probably make it, but you'd have to take a little non-direct route. Right? Can you fly? Do you think you could fly from Alaska to Russia? Could you?
That would be easy because they can see it right across the waterway there. So
from Fairbanks, apparently. Is that right? Is that the capital, Fairbanks?
Yeah. I don't know if Russia can't shoot down drones. I think I'd probably be pretty safe in an airplane. So
yeah. Good. Look at Dick Wayne. He says not understanding how debates go. He's like, so it's not about falsifying your model. It's about agreeing that your model is correct. No, it's about
what we said.
No, right. It's about showing positive evidence for your model. That's the thing. Now, we can do that. We can provide positive evidence for the globe. The other thing that they always get wrong, and they never will actually attempt to do science. They're like, this is, they'll show the Chicago skyline where the bottom is obstructed, right? Which is impossible on flat Earth. And they'll completely miss that the missing bottom of the skyline defeats flat Earth. Like, oh, that's not the right amount of obstruction for the globe. Like, well, you didn't do the math right. But tell you what, let's do this. I will compute the correct amount of obstruction for the globe, and I'll show you my process and give you all of the ways to do it, right? Completely open, all of the, the application of geometry, physics, optics, and you do the same for flat Earth. Now, if you can't do that, you don't get a seat at the table. In reality, right? We just kind of joke around and let them make fools of themselves in these debates. But in reality, if you're going to propose something, in order to have a seat at the table, you need to bring with you this is how it works. And they never do that.
I'm just keeping up with the chat here as well. Look at some of the. Have you ever gotten Eric Eman to come on do a debate with you?
Eric Eman? No, I don't need to debate him.
Awesome.
So Eric Eman has proven the globe twice. Yeah. He sent up a high altitude balloon. He got one was 100,000, and I think they both. The second one was higher, but his altimeter wasn't working.
I actually have a lot of respect for him from his engineering prowess. I honestly think he's just bullshitting people. I don't actually think he's a flirt.
I disagree.
Yeah, every time he sends his payload up there with his, rectilineal lenses, and every single time it shows the curvature of the Earth. And I love his latest thing. It's like, no, you're just looking at the edge of the disk. So he's launching these things. I think he's in Texas or somewhere.
He's in Texas.
So he's saying you can see the edge of the disk from Texas.
But if you can see the edge of the disk from Texas looking south, you'd see, the rest of Texas, Mexico, South America. Let's see, you'd see Mexico. I got a globe right there. And then you'd see an entire half of the Earth of water.
Yep.
Right? You'd see 10,000 kilometers of water. Then you'd see the edge. That's if you're looking south. Now, if you're looking north, you would see the rest of the United States. You'd see the Arctic ice. And then on the other side, what would you see? You'd see Russia, right? Then you'd see more ocean, potentially Australia, then the edge of the disk. You never see that.
Yeah. So I really do think, but it would be fun if you could ever get him to come on, and I think he'd be exposed pretty quickly. You notice my debate buddy decided to come visit me.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so he was banging on the door to let me in.
What's the cat's name?
This is Denver.
Denver. Oh, well, you live in Denver. That's perfect.
Yeah. He'll sit there and bang on the door till I let him in, so I'm like, fine.
Yeah, I planned ahead. I got both of the dogs in here. Hold on. My wife texted me.
So look at your rocket behind you. I recently, every Christmas past couple of years, my wife got me one of the big Lego sets. So I've got the Dark Millennium Falcon up here, and last year I built the Starship Enterprise one. So that was actually pretty cool. So I've got some big ones.
So
look at your rocket back behind you.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Let's see. Can I make it? I can't hear. Hold on. I can do. There you go. So people can see the rocket is right.
Oh yeah, that's
there.
Off your side.
They can't. Yeah, because I'm just the view that they're seeing is cropped.
Yeah.
So there we go. It's the big Lego Saturn V. So with the debate hasn't started yet. People keep wondering.
Yeah.
I got added, you remember Jon Snow?
Oh yeah.
Goofball guy, started early with anti-5G stuff is how I met him. And he after I talked to him, and he mostly gave up on thinking 5G was so bad. He thought flat earthers were silly, but he's into all sorts of wacky stuff. And so he had a bunch of anti-vax groups, and like he inherited a bunch of them with a lot of people. And then he added me as a moderator on some of these groups. So you know what I did? I got tired of it, but I would just go in and delete all of the pending posts because they were all anti-vax nonsense. They're just like crazy. Like they're going to get the group deleted. But then I got tired of it, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to be in this group, because if this group gets zucked, will that like flag my account? I don't know.
Yeah, you just never know. I mean, sometimes Facebook has a mind of its own,
and they never tell you.
One thing that's actually kind of annoying running a group is I'll get a flag from Facebook saying that my post has been deleted, but in reality, it's the post of somebody in the group. But somehow they tag me with it.
Oh.
And I don't actually get penalized by it, but it makes me think I am getting penalized by it. But
yeah.
What? That wasn't mine. Well, yeah, many people complain about that. So I don't know. I keep it going, but there are times where it's like, okay, this is getting a little old. It's just never anything new. It's always the same stuff. If they came up with something new, something interesting, something you would really want to discuss, it'd be great. But if it's just the same old, water is level, it just gets boring.
There's nothing new for flat earthers. Now with the AI stuff, they have new memes, but it's the same stuff. It's you know what? There's a guy that I think is a Muslim guy that claims that flat Earth spins, that it's a disc that spins, and he does a bunch of AI based memes. Have you seen this guy?
No, I don't think I have.
It's more crazy than any other flat earther. So, every once in a while there's some new stuff, but he doesn't get any other flat earthers supporting, because flat earthers generally claim stationary is a mandatory part of flat. So he says the disc spins. So, and then of course, what causes the sun to appear to set? Electromagnetism or magnetism or ether, or, I don't know what it is with him, but they all have some different idea about what causes it to set, though they can't tell you what time it's going to set or the direction it's going to set.
The interesting part when they say magnetism is magnetism can be measured.
Yeah, all these things can be measured. They're like, it's rotating. Okay, we can measure that. Okay, so David Nihil says Mahmoud Zahi is his name. That's right. That's the guy. Perspective.
Perspective.
Perspective requires that the sun never set. They don't even get that. Like, as something gets farther away, it gets smaller, but it never goes to zero. That's perspective. And it certainly never goes negative. So the gap between the flat surface and the bottom of the sun, that size also shrinks and never goes to zero. They don't get that. Too hard for them. Let's see. I was working before we started, working on getting the scene set up for, there it is, for when the guest of honor shows up. So,
I did tell him, let us know when he's, in just in case he gets available earlier, let us know when we'll let him come in.
Yeah. All right. I have the scene ready. There it is, like that. See that? Okay. All right. Do you know who Kiko Pip is, or QOP? Have you seen any of the YouTube and Discord stuff?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So I have to show this. It's so funny. All right. First of all, I'll get this. I'll share it to you so you see it. But What's going on? Come on.
With the comments, they're talking about the showing your license and proof of insurance if requested by an officer. So even the chat's really diverging over here.
What? Are they?
Come on, Jmiah, join.
Are they talking Sav-sit nonsense?
Yep.
All right.
So tell us more about this meetup you got in a couple days.
Well, there's not much else to say. We're gonna meet at India Palace in Woodbury. I think Indian food's probably my favorite, but Mexican's pretty good too. Hard to decide. Okay. Share.
You're doing a flat Earth meetup at Kennedy Space Center. That'd be awesome.
Well, I in fact posted one on or not me. It wasn't me. It was somebody else. Somebody else posted one on Flat Earth Dave's app. And nobody showed up. No flurf showed up. Don't know why. Let's see here.
I too was wondering the other day if he's heard about, if Jmiah has heard about the Flat Earth experiment. So I thought about asking him if he's heard about it, and then let him deny it and say like, "Oh, nobody went there," and then kind of introduce that you were one of the ones that actually went there.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, so we'll see if he knows anything about it.
Yeah, because except for the ones on Discord, it's mandatory to think that that you can't go to Antarctica. So anyway, all right. So here is QOp's page. QOp is pretty funny. I think he takes himself very seriously, but Jack Vetter really likes QOp. So Jack Fetter or somebody wrote this, and then QOp didn't like it. He wrote that. But here's the important thing. If you look here where it says Papa Flurf, you see that? It says himself.
Yeah.
And apparently the Flurf Whisperer found that to be kind of interesting, kind of a self-referential thing, maybe a little bit of a religious thing, right? Like he begat himself or something like that. So wrote the 4 QOpian dogmas, which if anybody's got a Catholic background, which I don't, but you might recognize where that comes from. So you got auto-paternity, immaculate conception, perpetual virginity, and assumption. So those are taken right out of the Mary, right? Mary, Mother of God, kind of Jesus's mom thing. It's, I don't know. Does anybody have a Catholic background that you recognize that? I didn't. But anyway, so this page here dedicated to it has a whole detailed thing on the 4 QOpian dogmas. And I read through this whole thing. It was so funny that I couldn't stop reading it. So the Jesus is God parallel without the God part. The identity is the offspring, not a promotion of the parent. Mary does not become the 4th member of the Trinity. She bears a person, and the person is already who he is. So then QOp's case uses the same shape with the divinity filed off. QOp, the wiki professes QOp to be a Papa Flurf, one who originates and disseminates the dogma. The wiki lists QOp's Papa as himself. Therefore, the originator of the Flurf, who is QOp is the Papa Flurf. So, for Jack Fetter, this is number 3, the perpetual virginity. Favorite oil, extra virgin. Oh my God. And then the assumption, this has to do with when he deleted his own Discord server. It's so good. QUp was assumed body and sleeveless soul out of the server. So if you're familiar, he had this Discord server. He was constantly trying to get a whole bunch of traffic on it, and he got fed up one day and deleted it. And everybody's like, "Why'd you delete it?" And he complained and whined and everything. It was pretty good. So he was taken, and he doesn't wear sleeves. He has no sleeves, so his body and sleeveless soul was taken out of the server. He is, yeah. What must be believed is the lesser point. He was assumed body and sleeveless soul out of the server he himself had begat. He did not leave a relic. He left a deletion notice. I don't know if anybody else finds that funny. I absolutely love it. And I'm not Catholic, so I hardly know Catholicism. But there's another one. There it is. It's right here.
Yeah.
Let's see. If anyone does not confess that QUp is in truth is a Papa Flurf, and that on this account QUp is the Papa of QUp, since according to the info box, he brought forth the word of Pip made flesh, or at least made sleeveless. Let him check the page source. The word of Pip. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, there you go. There's the Kiko Pip QUp for the 4 QUpian dogmas. Yeah, I'm sure you probably have no background on it, so don't know what it's about, but he wants to be the new Witsit. And he introduces himself in debates, like the 2 debates he's been on Modern Day Debate. He introduces himself as the guy that made Witsit cry. That's his title.
But speaking of Witsit, what's the last you've heard about him? It seems like he's kind of gone dark on any type of social media. I don't really see him anymore.
He's sort of back. Well, sort of. So probably 4 or 5 times since coming back from Antarctica, he has announced that he's going to start streaming regularly. So a week ago Sunday, so 9 days ago, he said that tomorrow, which would have been a week ago yesterday, Monday, 8 days ago, he was going to start streaming regularly. So he did not do a live stream on that Monday. He did one on that Tuesday, and yeah, it was gonna be like every day. Well, seems like I don't know.
Yeah. So it looks like he is ready. Let me copy the link over to him.
Oh, he is. All right.
Yeah, it's a little early, so that's good.
So yeah, Witsit's most recent stream was a week ago, and he's going to be streaming every day, bro. So, but he is on Discord a lot. So and he'll hold court on Discord for many hours. He's had
never gotten into Discord.
Yeah, he's had some challenges with custody of the kids and questions about whether or not he's current on child support, because they're no longer cohabitating even in the same
that's always unfortunate,
state.
because the kids never deserve to have anything going on.
Exactly, that's the problem. So anyway, there's the whole drama about that they lived out on Discord in some big huge fights on Discord. So kind of sad that had to be the case. So
Yeah, I'm not sure if I don't want to break up my marriage on Discord. That just sounds weird.
no, no, not the way to do it. But
No.
it's didn't occur to him.
We've sent Jmiah the link. We'll see how long it takes for him to join.
All right. So anyway, the story is that he's gonna resume streaming every day, bro. Starting 8 days ago, he's done one stream since. So,
Yeah.
but he has, in my opinion, completed his transition to geocentric globe. The only thing he ever wants to talk about is geocentrism. So that's about it. Anyway, let's get to it. We've got Jmiah is coming in right now.
Yeah. Actually, you're wondering. So Jmiah, do you prefer Jmiah or Jeremiah?
Jeremiah.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. Well, we are live right now, Jeremiah, on my channel, and we have 300 some live viewers. It'll probably peak up towards 400 or 500 in the next time here. So why don't you introduce yourself? People already got an introduction to Robert.
Okay. How y'all doing? I am Jeremiah. My name is Jeremiah. I'm a flat earth believer, and I am from Georgia. Um, I've been studying flat earth for quite a while. I want to say 5+ years, maybe 10. Mm,
Five to
about it.
10 years. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's when I got deep into it. I mean, I've been, how you kind of be working on things, but you're not really into it.
Yeah. So if I can
Yep.
ask a question,
Understand?
what got you started? What was the beginning? Do you think?
Started. If I be completely honest with you, you probably won't believe me. But I feel like in school, I mean, I couldn't prove it, but it just didn't seem real. It just didn't seem possible.
But expand upon that, because I think a lot of times we will run into a flat earther, but it's really hard to understand. It's like, what was the basis for what kind of, what? I think the globe is wrong. I'm going to go down this direction.
No, I'm not gonna
Like,
say I
what
think
was
it's
that? What was
wrong.
that gateway? That was called the gateway drug. But what was your gateway idea that said, you know what? It's not a globe. Let's go down. It's flat.
I'm not gonna say that it's wrong. So if me tell you that it's completely false, I would never say 100%. I'm just saying that if there are doubts, you know what I'm saying, that makes you believe that it's possibility that it can't be round, that it could be flat.
Okay.
These are just doubts or things that you see, you feel, you understand, you notice, that just make you doubt it. How can you actually 100% prove it?
Yeah.
You can't
Well,
even prove it's a globe 100%. You have a lot
uh,
of data.
well, we can debate that because I would say you can't. But so are there?
Mhm.
I mean, we're ready to talk about flat Earth. Are there any other? I mean, I don't want to say the word conspiracy because I think it's too brash. But any other things that you think? Well, the mainstream thing is not right. I think this is true. Are there any other ideas like that you're a believer
Oh
in?
yeah, yeah. If I must be honest, if I introduce myself completely, I am the one that don't believe in anything that I was ever taught. I don't believe in religion. I don't believe in nothing.
Not even basic math, 2 plus 2.
But yeah, I believe in math, but I also
Okay.
believe it's more to it too.
All right. So as we kind of talked in the our coordination, you said that you've got a tremendous amount of flat Earth evidence you wanted to present tonight. So why don't you
Did
like
I
kind
say
of get
that?
us kicked off and started, and you can present something. We'll discuss it a bit, and then we'll switch over and kind of go back and forth for an hour or so, and then
Okay. So where do I want to start?
That's up to you. Again, positive flat Earth evidence, something that proves flat Earth.
I mean, like I just said in the beginning, can I 100% prove it's flat Earth?
Do the best you can.
No,
Yeah.
but I can present things or open your mind up to things that make you think. All right, it's like, maybe,
All right.
maybe. Because, for example, we're on this spinning globe, right? It's not only spinning, but it's orbiting the sun. Not only is it orbiting the sun, it is hurling through the galaxy,
Yeah.
right?
Agreed.
It's not orbiting the galaxy in a straight line. It's also curving and turning,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we can start there.
Okay.
We can start there.
All right.
Now, you say that there's a force that is making us not be able to feel no movement, no turn, no nothing. It's a force that's making us not be able to feel none of these things.
No, actually, I don't think I would ever say that. I think we feel changes in velocity. If I'm on an airplane and I'm going 1,000 miles per hour and I'm sitting at my seat sipping tea, I don't feel that I'm going 1,000 miles per hour. But if the airplane turns and goes another direction rapidly, or it speeds up or slows down, I'm going to feel that change in velocity, that change in direction. So if the Earth is, let's just take the rotation, the Earth is rotating one time per day.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever done the math to say, okay, so one rotation per day would institute this much centrifugal force pushing me away from the Earth? And then how much would it be the force of gravity? So we call it 1G of gravity pushing you down to the Earth. Have you looked to see what that centrifugal force would be? Like done
I
the math?
have, I have, I have the no. Do the
Yeah.
math? No.
I mean, I did it. I did it a long time ago, and Michael will probably know it on the top of his head, but it's literally 0.01% G from that centrifugal force. It's absolutely minuscule. So when you see people say, we should be flying off the Earth because the Earth is rotating 1,040 miles per hour, when you actually do the math, it is a infinitesimal tiny force because the Earth is so large. So when you try to say we should be flying all over the place, and I didn't hear you say that, but people do say that, when you actually
Mm-hmm.
do the math and say, what would this spinning force or this rotational force impart upon you? When you talk about the scale of things, it's extremely small.
Mm-hmm. I got you. No, I would never say that we. I'm not stupid enough to say that we'll fly off the Earth. So let's just get there. I'm not
Yeah.
that delusional to say that.
Yeah.
But what I am saying is that we should be able to feel some kind of okay. So let me debunk something. You said when you're in the plane and you're going 500 miles that you do not feel it. You actually do feel the sensation of you moving.
Do you?
You feel the sensation of you moving. You
So
can't. You sitting on a plane. When you're
yeah,
sitting on a plane, you can't. You mean to tell me that you do not, in no kind of way, feel a sensation of just moving, of not sitting still?
if I'm flying in smooth air, and keep in mind, I'm a pilot myself. If I'm flying in
Hmm.
smooth air and I'm not being bounced around by turbulence, it's just constant speed, I could, for example, take a small ball and toss it up in the air in front of me, and it'll come right back down to my hand. It's not going to go either way, not going to go forward, backwards. Everything is moving in the same direction at the same speed. So no, you're not going to see a force because it's a constant speed. You're only going to change. You hit a little pocket of turbulence. The airplane jerks over a little bit. You're going to feel that,
See,
but you're not going to feel the constant speed.
see, this is different. See, this is different. What I mean by you're see the different the feeling of the sensations are different. So
Yeah.
if we're in the plane, right,
Yeah.
and we're going, and the plane suddenly turns, that's a different feeling because you're actually being
I
jolted.
agree.
You know what I'm saying?
I
It's a
agree.
different feeling from just feeling something moving.
Yep.
Two different feelings. So you cannot compare the two feelings. The
Yep.
two different feelings. 'Cause I'm going to feel when something moves because it's going to make me do this. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? But if we're sitting, you can feel yourself not sitting still.
Yeah.
You
So
can feel yourself.
what you're feeling is a
Even
little
in a
bit of
car, in a train, in a
yeah.
car, a train,
Yeah.
anything you're on.
So what you're feeling and
So what I'm
what you're
saying is,
demonstrating, hang on a second, as you're bouncing up
mhm,
and down, you're demonstrating turbulence. So that's a change in vertical velocity with the airplanes kind of bouncing up and down as they're hitting turbulence. You've never been on a plane where it's been just so smooth. You're like, man, are we even flying?
No, I agree. I
Yeah,
agree with you.
yeah,
So let's bring it back to this Earth spinning,
yeah.
rotating, and
Yeah.
hurling. You are trying to tell me that you would not feel no kind of turbulence.
Nope. There is no turbulence. Well, I don't know. Have you been in an earthquake before?
I
That's turbulence. But
mean,
the
I
Earth on a
mean,
normal day is rotating so slowly and so smoothly. No, you're not going to feel it. It's tiny. There's no way you'd be able to feel it.
okay.
All right.
I mean, you want let's, okay,
What you got
so
next?
I mean, I feel like I kind of disagree with that.
Okay.
But like I say, what I was trying to say in the beginning, there's no way that you can actually prove this. It's not 100% provable, so
Yeah.
we can't prove this. So
Well,
these are just thoughts. These are just thoughts. You can't prove that
yeah.
we can't fit it if you're trying to do these mentals. Because I just in a rational mind,
Yeah.
there's no way that you can say that you can't feel when you are being moved
Yeah.
in any kind of way. You can't feel the sensation of a moving or this earth is hurling. It's doing all these turns and it's
Yeah.
hurling. And you mean to tell me we can't feel none of that?
No, we can't. When you actually look at it, your body sensation cannot feel those minor changes.
But
But
you
let's
can
move on to
feel
the
on
next one.
you can
What's the
feel
next
on
one you got?
everything else. So you have this ball that is spinning. This and if we still on the same subject a little bit, but I'm gonna give it to you in a different way. Okay,
Okay.
we on this ball. Let's say I got a ball, right?
Yep.
We're spinning.
Yep.
So that means if a person is on this ball like this,
Yep.
at some point they would have to be like this. How can you not feel that?
All right. So let me ask you a question. So on the Earth, let's say that ball is the Earth. Hold the
Uh-huh.
ball up again. Which way is down on the ball?
Pick it down.
No, you tell me
You
which
pick
way
it
is
down.
down.
Because you saying the earth is round, so you tell me what's down.
No, which way? I want you to, you're
Yeah.
holding the ball. You just kind of made a motion like, per guy's sitting over here. Now I moved him over here.
Okay. I mean,
Which way is down?
this let's say this the axle. It's tilted on the axle. See,
Uh-huh.
my hand is the axle. This is
Yeah.
North Pole. So this would be North Pole, right?
Okay.
And this would be South Pole.
All
So if
right.
it's spinning from east to west, it would be spinning this way,
Okay.
right?
All right.
So that's up and that's down.
Gotcha. No.
Okay.
Which way is up? Which way is down? Be specific here.
North is up, right?
Why?
That's what we taught.
Who taught you
This is
that?
what we taught. This is what we
No, I've
taught.
never been taught that. Who taught you that?
So what is north? What is up?
Why do you think north is up? Why do you think north is up? It's a simple question. Why do you think north is up?
I just told you why.
No. So if you're sitting
North
on the
points up.
equator, hang on.
So
Let me
if
let me say a little more. So you're now on the equator. Put your finger on the equator. Now on the equator, not the pole. The middle of the ball.
I know, I'm trying to.
Yeah. So right where that UPC label is. Okay. So
Yeah.
right there, if you're standing there and you toss something in the air, which way is that? What you toss? Which way is going to go? Is it going to go
It's probably gonna
towards the
come
North
this
Pole?
way.
Or
It's
yep.
gonna come
Okay.
this way, probably.
All right. Now we're getting there. So standing on the equator, which way is up?
This will be up.
Exactly. So now you're say over North America. So let's go up a little bit. Go where the kind of the red hex thing is. You're in North America. Now which way is up?
It's still the same. Why would it
Exactly.
change?
You just got it. So up is not towards the North Pole. Up is always away from the center of the Earth. No matter where you're at, up is is away from the center of the Earth. Down is towards the center of the Earth.
I agree.
Okay, good. We got a concept now. So when you have your little guy and you move him from here to here, he may be on top. You move him. He's on the pole, and then you move him down the equator. He's not sideways. He's still straight up and down, depending upon where he's at.
Okay. I'm glad you said that. So you saying if you're here,
Yep.
this is up, right?
Yep. Exactly.
So if this is up, and say you're still here, you didn't move, but this is where you live, and the
Yep.
earth rotates.
Yep.
Now it rotates this way. So now up is this way.
Exactly. Now you're getting
You
it.
were up. That's upside down. How is that not upside down? How is that not upside down? You see the
Because,
difference? Up this way is up. When you get to this side, it's a different.
oh man, I need a ball to demonstrate. No,
I
so
mean,
okay,
you
I
get
guess
some,
go
you
back
get
again.
some.
I think you're so close to getting this. Either way, when you have the man down here underneath it, up is still away from the ball, right?
Yes,
Down is still towards the ball, right?
yes.
All right. So why do you think when you move him over here that he's upside down? He may have been upside down in reference to you sitting outside the ball, but for where reference of where he's at on the earth, up is still away from the ball, down still towards the ball. So quit thinking about you looking at
I
the earth
get.
from outside the earth.
But that's okay. I get what you're trying to do, but it doesn't change the fact that if you're here and you go around this way, you're in a different position. It
In
doesn't
relation
change
to
that.
what? Hang on. Different position in relation to what?
Your position.
Okay, so you're in the same place on the earth, right? You
You're in the
haven't
same
moved.
place.
Okay, same place. So you keep saying you're going to be in a different position, but when I say relation to what, here you are standing outside the ball, looking at the ball. So yes, he's in a different position in relation to you, but in relation to the earth, he's in the exact same spot. He hasn't moved. So quit
He
thinking
had
about it.
moved.
I'm looking at it from out
Okay,
here.
hold on. So he haven't moved. He haven't moved. Okay, this we got. He haven't moved to the irrelevant to his spot where
Exactly.
he's standing. Hold on,
Yep.
was he standing? But in relative to the earth rotating, he's not in the same spot.
Yeah, I would actually agree with that. He's in a different spot in
So
space.
so when you think of it that way, because
Yep.
he's in a different spot,
Yep.
when it turns, it changes his spot
Yep. I agree.
irrelevant to the earth spinning. So he would
I
be
agree.
upside down. He would be
Upside down.
upside down.
Is he? Is he falling out of
Why?
off the earth?
But why wouldn't it be? If everything rotates in a circle, you cannot be on a circle and it rotates upside down and you still be upright.
So you're saying, hang on, I just want to make sure we understand here. Where he is he upside down in relation to where he's at? Or is his feet still on the ground pointed towards the middle of the earth?
He haven't never moved from his feet touching the ground. He
Exactly.
can stand in the same spot.
All right, so even though
Wait,
hang on, even though in relation to you, looking at it from outside, he looks upside down. Where he's at, his feet are still on the ground, pointed towards the middle of the earth. So according to him, he's still right side up.
according to him,
Yep.
listen, I get what you're doing. You good. It doesn't okay. Let's say for example, like I said, to his relative spot where he's standing, he has not moved,
Nope. He is not.
right?
We're in agreement.
But a relative to the earth moving,
Yep.
because the earth is spinning, he still is not, he's not in the same spot relative to the earth moving.
We're in
So
agreement
even
with
though
that.
he has not moved his feet, even though he did not move his feet,
Yep.
and he's still standing upright
We
in his
agree.
view, because what you're trying to say is that gravity holds you to the
Yep.
earth,
Yep.
right? So he's still standing upright,
Yep.
irrelevant to him,
Exactly. We're in agreement.
but irrelevant to the spinning earth, he is not in the same spot. Because
I,
if you're on something and it moves, you going with it. You're going with it.
yeah.
You're going with it. It's spinning
Jeremiah,
like that. You're going
we're
with it.
this is
You get
amazing.
what I'm saying?
Hang on, slow down. We're in agreement. I agree with you. But according to per him, he's still upright. That's all that matters. No
I
matter
agree.
where he's
Okay, I
at on
agree
the
with that.
earth, he's still
Now
upright.
back to this. Now back to the sensation that I was
Yep.
saying of you moving. How would you not be able to feel that sensation?
So have you ever watched the clock rotate?
Yes,
Yeah. So how long does it take the clock to do one time around? So
12 hours.
the hour hand, how long does it take for the hour hand to go all the way around the clock?
12 hours.
All right. So now, how long does it take for it to go around twice?
24 hours.
All right. So that's how long it takes the Earth to rotate just one time. So if you think about you're staring at that clock for 24 hours straight, that's how long it takes the Earth to rotate just once. Think how slow that is. You'd be bored to tears.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So
I
like I said,
still, I still present the fact that you would still be able to feel.
okay. Well, let's move on from that because we could discuss that all night long, and the people will get really bored. And what else? What else
Yeah,
you got?
yeah, you right. Uh, I don't know. There's a lot of things that you can go to the sun. We can go to the. I mean,
I mean, have you ever
uh,
you mentioned before that you had actually done some measurements proving flat Earth? I
when
mean,
I
do you
ever
have
said that,
anything that where you've actually gone out there and done not just, I watched a video from Flat Earth Dave, something where you've gone out and done it yourself.
I never ever said that.
And I really
Never.
recommend you do because a lot of these
I never
things
said that.
they aren't that difficult.
See, this is what I keep trying to get y'all to understand. I always say you have to read. Y'all be talking about how bright y'all are, but y'all do not read comments. I sit there and said I would never present evidence to actually prove this. I said
Yeah,
there are things that okay, say for example, you're presenting, like for example, let me give you an example. If I go outside, right, I got this ball in my hand. You say if I throw it up in the air
yeah,
and it comes back,
yeah.
right? What makes it if we're spinning, what makes it come back to me?
All right. So you've got, I'm trying to find something I can toss in the air. Now, chapstick. So me and the chapstick are moving along. I'm going to take the airplane analogy again. I'm on the airplane. I'm going 500 miles per hour. Chapstick is going 500 miles per hour, right? Because me and the
Mm-hmm.
chapstick, I'm holding a chapstick. We're both going 500 miles an hour. Correct?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I toss the chapstick up in the air. As soon as the chapstick leaves my hand, why
Mm-hmm.
do you think its velocity would now be different than when I was holding it?
I don't really think it would have to be some kind of force to make it go with you.
Exactly. So if it's going the same speed as me and I toss it in the air, what force would make it fly backwards or forward or somehow change its velocity? It'd have to be a force acting upon that. What would that be?
It would the force that you're going, if you're going to speed and you throw it up, it's gonna go the same speed as you. So it
Exactly.
will come back. I'm not disagreeing with that.
Yep.
Okay, so this is what I say in the comments that you have to read comments. I said now you explain that, but when it sounds easier and we're just on a flat surface,
Yep.
we're not spinning, and I just throw the ball up and it comes back just because we're on a flat surface.
I don't disagree, but that's not
That's
the
why I
same
just
thing
saying
as
before we
yep.
argue in comments, we can easily come to agreement on something.
Yep.
Because I never ever said
Yep.
that it's 100% the Earth is not round. I said there are things that make you think that the Earth is not round. You can put things in
Yep.
your mind and you can easily explain it easier on a flat surface. It's easy to explain why you can go outside and you can
Yep.
actually watch the sun go across the sky on a flat Earth.
Yep.
It's easy to
So
explain it.
let's close out this topic. So we're in agreement that if you toss the ball in the air on the flat Earth or the globe, since you and the ball are already going the same velocity, you toss it in the air, the ball's going to keep going the same velocity unless act upon by another force.
Yes.
Okay, so throwing the ball in the air would not debunk the globe.
No, I never said that.
Then why would it? Explain why it would.
I never said it would. I never said that it wouldn't debunk it.
Yeah.
I never said it would debunk it. But what I did say is that will be easily explained on a flat Earth.
Okay, but it
It'll be
doesn't.
easier to explain.
Okay, but it doesn't debunk the globe.
No,
Okay, good. All right, we're awesome.
no.
All right, what's
What
next?
the month ago? What the month ago to me is
Yeah,
what we talked about the first time.
yeah. What's next?
That's more than a month ago to me.
Yeah. All right, what do you got next?
I mean, you take over.
Okay, all right. I'll come up with one in just a minute here. So the reason I recommend you get out and do your own experiments, because I think you're a smart man. I think you
As
really
far as
are.
as far as what though, I have done experiments. Maybe not with measurements though, but I have done certain little
Okay.
experiments. Go
I
ahead, go ahead, go
mean,
ahead.
maybe next, if you could think of something you've actually done, I'd, I'd love to see it. Because I think if you went out there and you actually did some of your own experiments, use the brain that you got, because I think you're a smart man. I think you'd be starting to question. I was like, well, you have questions about the globe. I think if you went out and did it, you'd have questions about more questions about is it even possible it could be flat. So I'm just saying,
Wow. Okay, okay, tell me why.
hang on.
Give me one example why. Just real quick. Just give me one
Because
example why.
if you go out there, I'm going to take a basic example here. So you're in Georgia, of course. You're far from, but you're not that far from Florida. So you go out to Florida. You go out near like one of the large harbors and docks where they have all the ships and everything. And you go out there and you grab your favorite camera that you want to use, and you watch a ship take off in a distance, and preferably do it on a day that there's not big waves. You can't claim that there's big waves out there blocking the ship. It's on a calm day. And you go out there and you watch that ship. And as you're watching it further and further away, the ship starts disappearing. First the bottom of it, and more until you can only see the top of it, and then it disappears. Have you ever done that before?
Yes.
What'd you see?
That's the beginning of the stage of trying to see the Earth. I go to Florida all the time. That's my second home.
All right. So
So
why
I
does
have
the
been to
ship
Florida multiple times.
disappear
Just like
from
on
the
the plane, I
bottom?
have done it because it's going out of view. It's going out of view. It's not because it's curving. It's just because it's going further than what you can see.
All right. So if I
It's just
go,
like this.
hang on.
Go ahead.
I don't have a ship, but I have an airplane. So I see the airplane. Airplane's getting further and further away. The airplane's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. I still see the airplane. It's not disappearing from the bottom up. It's just getting smaller. So what makes the ship disappear from the? What makes the bottom disappear
It's a
before the
line
top?
level. It's a level line. The plane is in the air, so it's different. It's a different view. On the water, there's a level line. So say for example, right? Let me give you a great example. You're from the say you're from the country, right? You're from any country. You're driving into the city. What do you see first when you start seeing the city? When you start seeing the city, the buildings in the city, you normally see the top first, and then as you
Yeah.
get closer, it starts coming into view more. It's the same as that concept with the boat. It's
So
just
I'm gonna tell you a secret. You see the top of the city first because the lower part of it is obscured by the earth, by the curvature of the earth.
not necessarily.
Oh yeah,
No.
you'll see it all the time.
And it's another thing we have done. It's
What's
another
that?
thing I had some, but I didn't come 100% prepared with all my videos and stuff because it kind of was at the last minute. I just want to get a feel for this. My first time doing it. I want to get a feel for it. I
Yeah.
appreciate y'all doing this with me.
No,
I really
we're all
appreciate
good.
that.
So let's take. I'm gonna share out a graphic here in just a second here. Oops,
How do you
I
share graphics on here?
just moved my file. I gotta go find it. Hang on a second. Where did it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay, let me bring this up side by side here.
Oh, so you can share like
Make this bigger. Because I don't want to just. We're just talking about concepts. I just want to understand your understanding of concepts. So you bring this up, and I'll share this screen over here. And hopefully you'll be able to see it. I know you're looking on your phone, so I'll try to make it as big as I can. So on the left side, you talked about flat earth, the flat horizon, flat water. Here I am at a low elevation. I'm looking at the ship, but I can see all the ship above the waterline because there's nothing obscuring it. If I go higher up, I can still see the whole ship, but now I'm looking at it just from a higher perspective. If I come over and I look at it from the globe perspective, if I'm at a low elevation, I can only see the top of that boat because it's being obscured by the earth. If I climb up to a higher elevation, now I see more of the boat. So on flat earth, go back to that. What is it on flat earth being? If there's nothing on the way, what keeps you from seeing the bottom of that ship above the waterline?
okay. I see the diagram. I understand the concept, but the concept is not accurate.
Why not?
The concept is not accurate. On the flat Earth, you would not see that ship the same. So okay.
You need to expand upon
Answer the
it and
question.
explain
Hold on.
why. That's what we're looking for.
Answer the question. Let me answer the question. So let me.
Yep.
I don't know how to present evidence, but if now it comes to the measurement, how far away would that ship get before you cannot see it no more?
All right. So let's take a good example. So let's say I'm standing on the beach, and you've probably heard this before. I'm standing on the beach. I'm 6 feet tall. I'm looking out the horizon. The horizon will be about 3 miles away. So it basically
Right.
means that 3 miles away, objects beyond that will begin to disappear. So if the ship is 3 miles away, I'm probably still going to see all of it. If the ship gets to be 5 miles away, 10 miles away, the further away it is, the less of the ship I'm going to see. It's going to appear like it's sinking into the horizon. Because something is blocking the view. What's blocking the view if the Earth is flat?
Okay, so now I would have to present a photo. Because if you're standing on ground level and as the ship getting further away, right?
Yeah,
Now it starts to go away.
correct.
If I was at a higher elevation, I would still be able to see the ship perfectly.
Correct.
And you would not be able to see the ship anymore because you're lower. I'm higher. I would still be able to see that ship. That does not mean it's a curve. It's still gonna be flat.
All right. So
It's a line
comparing,
level. If your eyes can only see, it's a line level. It's a line level. So if I'm standing on surface and I'm looking straight, it's only so far I can see. So the ship is looking like it's getting smarter. There's only so far I can see. But if I elevate myself up higher, I would still be able to see that ship
yeah. So
perfectly.
you're standing here
It's not a
down low.
curve.
Hang
It's not a
on.
curve.
You're standing here down low. You're looking at the ship. If the Earth is flat, what is blocking your view of the ship?
The level of the sea, the line level of the sea.
You said the sea is
That's a
level.
so.
Hang on.
Yes.
So
Okay.
here's an example of that. Here I was standing on the beach in Jamaica.
See
So
the end level.
the horizon is about 3 miles away. This is a rather large cargo ship. What's
Yes.
obscuring? There's got to be something in the way. What's in the way of me seeing the rest of that ship?
So what do that line level right there represent? That line
That's
level
the
right there with the
horizon.
ocean is.
That's the horizon.
Do you know what horizon means?
It's just basically where the line between the Earth and the sky. That's all it is.
It's not the only definition of horizon.
That's what it is. Keep it simple.
See, and it's another thing. You can't use the word definition that you want to use for a word when it has more than one definition for it.
All right. So give me the definition you would prefer to use for horizon.
I want to be able to share it.
No, I want to hear it.
I want to read it verbatim. So let me go get it. Let me pull it up so I can read it verbatim. So you
Okay.
won't try to say I'm not. No, how that go?
I mean, I can look it up on quickly too. Parallel to the plane of the horizon at right angles to the vertical, being at and involving the same level of stage or hierarchy, over at the horizon. I mean, this is coming from Webster's.
Yes.
I got from Merriam-Webster the line where the Earth seems to meet the sky, the apparent junction of Earth and sky.
That's the only definition I have.
No, the second one is the great circle on the celestial sphere formed by the intersection of the celestial sphere with a plane tangent to the Earth's surface at an observer's position. Range of perception or experience. Something that might be attained is definition D. Those are the...
So that's basically what it, okay. You can see the definition, that's fine. So that's basically that's as far as your eyes can see.
No.
That's not what it means?
No,
that's not correct.
That's not the definition.
No.
Okay. So this is okay, no, okay. I'm not saying the definition. I'm asking you. Is that what is that
that's as far
okay,
as
look. This is what I'm saying. So that eye level right there that you're standing on Earth, you're standing, right?
Yep.
Are you telling me is that's what a curve is? Is curving right there?
Yes. So that's essentially where that line is where now the Earth is curving away from me and going down, so I cannot see beyond it. Unless I can see objects that are taller because now they're sticking up beyond that line where it's dropping. But
okay, so what do you have approximate distance that is?
that was, and it's actually interesting you said that because I actually ran it through the AI engine because I didn't at the time remember to think, oh, let me go out to the marine tracking website and see exactly how far away it was. But it was estimating, what did it say? That it was, sorry, let me look it up real fast because now I lost track of it. Somewhere around 12 to 15 nautical miles. So that's about 14 to 17 statute miles.
Okay. So now you gotta let me share my photo so I can.
Sure, I'll stop sharing here. As I find it, where'd it go? I lost my Zoom bar. There it is. All right, Mike, I'm not used to using Zoom.
I got you.
There it is. Found it.
I got you.
Okay. All right. So go ahead, Jeremiah.
I'm not used to this either, so I'm gonna try to do it too.
While you're doing that, Dragon's Word or Dragon Sword says 100% Toonacious AF. Whatever that means. Icy Spin says possible any commercial pilots think it's flat. I think that's to you, Robert. Any thoughts that there's any actual?
No, and it's funny because Jeremiah brought this up on the Facebook group the other day. He's like, I'll show you lots of pilots who say it's flat.
No, I said if I could.
Hang on. Lots of pilots who are basically, yeah, it's flat, as they're laughing at the people trying to get the crazy people to go away. So no pilots actually think it's flat because they'd be fired.
Why couldn't I get to my photo?
Are you trying to share it from your phone? It should let you.
I've never tried to use Zoom on a mobile, so I don't know how to share.
I've tried with Zoom before. I've shared out like from my phone from Teams, so I never tried with Zoom, but I imagine Zoom could do it.
Oh, Teams. Enough Teams, people. I don't need to be in Microsoft Teams anymore.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to show this photo so bad.
We're a company of about 6,000 people on Teams.
Oh my gosh.
It won't let me pull it up on here. Hold on.
Yeah, you can do it. I don't know how, but it is the permissions are set so you can. My Robert, my wife had texted me asking when my meetings are tomorrow, and I'm like, none. I got no meetings tomorrow. I'm gonna get work done.
I wish I could say that. I've been in meeting hell lately.
I have one on Thursday morning, but Thursday afternoon my meeting is at India Palace in Woodbury.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm unfortunately actually starting at 7 a.m. meetings tomorrow because my company is an East Coast company.
Oh, so it's 9 for them.
I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Very inconsiderate of them to schedule 7 a.m. meetings.
At least you're not in California. That'd be 6 a.m.
Yeah, we actually have a couple people in California and Seattle, so they really love it when they do that.
Ugh. So, Jeremiah, at the bottom of the Zoom screen, you should see something like an up arrow that says share.
Mm-hmm. I'm there. I got it now.
Okay.
I had to go back and save my photo into a different area.
Kuiper is a meeting at 4 a.m.
Yeah, got it.
Can you see what I'm sharing?
Yep,
Yeah.
I got it.
Now, you showed a photo of you standing on land, and you showed the horizon. You said that's where a curve was. But you see how I elevated higher? You see how the horizon completely changes?
Absolutely.
So what you're showing me does not show a curve. It does not mean it's curving.
So the horizon will always differ depending upon what your observation point is. If you go down lower, the horizon will be closer. If you go up higher, the horizon will be further away.
I understand that, but that does not prove that it's curving. That's what I'm saying. That does not prove it's curving. Because you see right here, that's flat. And the horizon has changed, and it's flat.
All right.
That's
so
flat.
This is a little bit bad example because you're looking over land, which is got curves and hills and stuff like that. But if it goes back to the ocean view, if I'm standing on the beach and I can only see 3 miles away, and I go up to say 1,000 feet above the beach, and now I can see 10 miles away. What was blocking my view between me standing on the beach? Oh, hi, kitty cat. Sorry, my cat wants that. 1 second. What's blocking the view of me of that 3 miles away? I can see from standing on the beach. From that 10 miles away, I can see when I'm elevated. There's got to be something that's blocking that view.
The only reasonable explanation is the site of your how far you're looking.
The reasonable explanation is there's something in the way.
Because if you're telling me that what you showed me that's 3 miles and it has a curve right there, it's supposed to be curving. But if I go higher and I see a flat land and you see that same horizon, that lets you know this is something. This as far as you. It has to be as far as your eyes can see, or how far the photo took, or
So why do you think it's a limitation on how far your eyes can see? I mean, I can tell you, I look outside the window at my work,
I'm
and I
not gonna
see
say
a,
that
I
as
see
far as
a,
the
hang
eyes
on,
can see, but that's as far as on a. You see how that line is, the surface is
yep,
a sight, it's a line
yep,
sight. So when you're standing on the ocean, as far as this line sight is ocean,
yep,
because if I go higher, I will be able to see further.
yep. So if I'm
That does
sitting,
not
I'm
prove
going to
a
give you an
curve
example
though.
here. Just throwing it off the cuff. I'm
Okay.
on a cruise ship 10 miles off the coast of New York City, and I can only see the top of the Empire State Building and the World Trade Center building. You were talking about, you got that flat line. Those things should be elevated above the horizon. You should be able to see all the World Trade Center and all the Empire State Building because it's all above your horizon line. But you don't. You only see the top of the building. So again, what's getting in the way of you seeing the rest of the building?
Let me see if I can try to demonstrate this a different way.
I mean, it's a pretty simple concept. I mean, I don't know if you have a piece of paper, you could draw it out and say, this is what's blocking the view on flat Earth. This is why I can't see the top of the bottom of the building. But
And what is blocking the view?
that's what I'm asking you. On flat Earth, if it's just flat and you got this, 2,000
Let me
foot
try to
tall
see if I
building
can do
sticking
this.
out the Earth, what is keeping you from seeing the bottom of the building?
Let me see if I can try to.
Anyway, what's happening now?
We're going for a walk, people.
I know. Go for a tour.
Yeah, it's funny to say that.
I want to change topics totally just a little bit just to have fun, but
That's fine. So let me see if I can demonstrate this.
yep,
Now, you see how it looks when you're looking this way?
yep,
Now, when I come higher, you see how it changes the view?
yeah. But you got
You
a
can see
problem
further
there.
and further and further and further.
Yeah, you got a problem. Is
I
you
mean, I don't
keep
know how.
putting your camera lens below the edge of the table. So
What about it?
if you put your camera lens below the edge of the table, now the table's blocking the view.
So it must be something. And to be completely honest with you,
Yeah,
I cannot describe what it is that you're seeing. I
yeah.
cannot. But what I'm saying is, it does not prove a curve, though.
All right. Let's totally change topics. Let's go up to something more fun because we could talk about this all night long. It's getting a little boring. Um, what do you think of satellites?
Have no no real opinion on satellites.
You don't?
Mm, nothing I can get into a debate about.
Well, I mean, do they exist?
I mean, if I had to, it's too much to really go into if it exists or not, because then you would have to go into if it don't exist, how do we get GPS? If it don't, so I mean,
Yeah. So I
I have
mean,
no idea if it exists or not.
yeah. So if you think about, and again, we're just talking about looking for positive things that would prove the globe. Um, it would be, I want to say impossible, but impractical to launch satellites to be able to orbit the flat Earth, because other than the claim
Why?
of balloons, which would be false, because balloons can't hold a satellite up there in one location constantly without moving. In the case of like a geostationary satellite, that would be impossible. Balloons couldn't move the speeds that orbital satellites do. We'll take the ISS for example, where it rotates around the Earth once every 90 minutes. There's no way a balloon could do that. It's absolutely impossible. It'd have to be something outside the atmosphere, moving at those pretty incredible speeds. So there's no way that any type of satellite could orbit the flat Earth. Unless you could think of some magical way you could have it up there going those speeds, tracking predictable orbits. Okay, need a drink. Losing my
Can you
voice.
can you can you prove a speed of a satellite? Is there
Actually,
something
you
that you
can't.
can prove the speed of it?
I think Mike were you the one that did the experiment, or was that Reds that did the
It
experiment
was,
to actually measure the speed?
yeah, Res Rhetoric and Astronomy Live measured the speed of the ISS.
Yeah. So essentially, you get people in two different locations and you measure the azimuth to the object as it's traveling. You do the math calculations. They did all that. I'm not going to try to explain what they did, but yes, you actually can go out there with 2 observation points, do the math, the calculations. You can calculate how fast something is going across the sky and its altitude. So it could be done.
So somebody actually seen one before?
Yeah, that's been
Satellite?
asked many times before. And they went out and figured it out and did the math and presented all their math and how they did it. And it's been done several times now. But so the reason I bring that up is we've got a camper and we like to go camping out away from civilization. And one of the things that really made it nice, I mean, in one way you think you should be camping, you don't want internet access. But we actually will go on a long camping trip where I'm actually working from the camper. And for me to work, I have to have internet access. So in the past, the only way to do that was to subscribe to things like HughesNet. I forget the other company that does it. But they used to have, well, they still have them, but they have a geostationary satellite. Do you know what, when I say geostationary satellite, what that means?
Say it again. A Geo 6
A
satellite?
geostationary satellite.
No.
Do you understand? Okay. So it's a satellite that's basically, they launch it up and essentially they put it up over the equator and it's orbiting the Earth at the exact same speed as the Earth is rotating. So if you're looking at the satellite in the sky, it's sitting in the exact same spot in the sky. So you've seen people with satellite dishes, right? Like dish networks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They're all pointing the same direction towards those satellites. The satellite doesn't move. It's just stuck there in a geostationary orbit. So that was one way of doing it until SpaceX came out with Starlink. And the difference with Starlink, one of the issues with HughesNet is the satellites were so high up in space that if we're having a conversation, there's about a 1 to 2 second delay. So you say something, I pause, it comes through, vice versa. So it made it very impractical for having any type of conference calls, video calls, things like that. And it was slow and expensive. So what SpaceX did is they said, we're going to put our satellites in low Earth orbit. But if to put them in low Earth orbit, it means they have to be orbiting the Earth. And I can't remember how often each one orbits the Earth, but it's to say it's about the same speed as the ISS. So every 90 minutes, these now 10,000 satellites are orbiting the Earth in this massive mesh of satellites. And what it does, and I'm going to just show you here real quick. Share out this screen. And let me know when you see it. So this little white thing you see down here in the corner.
Hold on, it's still loading. Hold on real quick. It's still loading.
Okay, I'll wait.
Okay, there you go.
All right. So that little white thing sitting in the grass is the Starlink dish. Where it used to be with the old style satellites, you'd have to hard mount it on something, spend a long period of time getting it aimed exactly at the satellite. Starlink, you don't really have to do that. You basically, I could even plop it down on top of the camper, aiming straight up now. You used to have to aim it north because that's where the preponderance of the satellites were at. But now they've got so many satellites up there, I can set it on top of the camper. And what it does is as the satellites are flying over, it'll connect to the one right over it. As that one's going out of view, it'll switch to the next one. When that gets out of view, it'll switch to the next one. So there's now 10,000 plus satellites up there blanketing the entire world. And it basically allows me to get high-speed internet in the middle of absolute nowhere. I could be in the middle of the Mojave Desert. In this case, I was in the middle of a Wyoming forest. I could be in Antarctica, of all places. And I can get high-speed internet because of this network of satellites that are orbiting the Earth.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not possible for those satellites to orbit the flat Earth,
why not?
Well, you tell me, how could it be possible for 10,000 satellites to orbit the flat Earth in a predictable pattern that you can basically set your clock to if they're orbiting the flat Earth? First of all, what keeps them up there? And then how could it be predictable?
I can't answer those.
Yeah. So
I can't. No. Hold on. Let me finish. I can't give you specifics,
okay.
but we do live in a time where they have a lot of technology. So it's not hard to believe that they can, just like the sun orbits and rotates around the Earth. I don't see how it would be impossible for satellites to do the same.
And so that's a great topic. And first of all, I respect you saying you don't know, because some people will just make up an answer and it'll be
I ain't that
really
type.
crazy. I respect that you said you don't know. So it's something I hope you'll go back in your research.
Oh
So
yeah,
let's,
yes, I'm gonna look. Let me get off
yeah,
this. I'm gonna go.
absolutely. So let's talk about the sun. You just mentioned the sun, and I think I have somewhere here. Give me 1 second. I think I have like a Gleason's map we can use to look at this real quick. So give me just 1 second. Okay, all right, here's Gleason's map. So here we have Gleason's map, and as they say on the flat Earth, the sun is essentially rotating, and then during the year it's rotating further and further out until it gets to the Tropic of Capricorn, and then it starts coming back in again to the Tropic of Cancer.
Yes,
Correct?
yes.
How does it do that? What's the force? Obviously, there's got to be a force that would make it go out and come back, speed up and
Why
slow
does it
down,
have to be a force? Why does it have to be a force?
because
Why
nothing
does
can
it have to
change
be a force?
velocity or direction without something acting upon it. We talked about your example of the ball earlier. Without a force acting upon the ball, it's going to keep doing exactly what it was doing. But in this case, as the Earth is towards the Tropic of Cancer, it's going slower, and then it has to be starting to be pushed outwards, which means it has to speed up because it's only going to orbit the Earth once every 24 hours. So the further out it goes, it's got to go faster. So not only is it going out, it's going faster. What force is
No.
making it speed up, slow down, go in, go out?
I mean, I can't tell you a force.
Yeah.
I can't give you no force.
All right.
I'm
So
just
without a
I
force,
can't
it
see that's the
doesn't
whole thing.
change.
I can't tell you no force. I can't tell you what makes it does that or what kind of force that it makes it do it. I can't, but it's
See, on
not
the,
impossible that it can do that though.
see, on the globe, it's actually really simple. I mean, the Earth is rotating, and as the Earth's rotating, the sun's basically going around the Earth. It's really simple to understand. But on the flat Earth map, there's nobody, absolutely nobody, who's ever put a shred of evidence explaining how that sun speeds up, slows down, moves in, moves out. Nobody has come up with even a theory of how that works, a workable
We
theory.
can't. We can't. One thing like I'm not a liar. I'm not like the front. So if I don't know something, I would never pretend.
Yeah. So
But what I'm
I
saying
respect
is,
that.
and what I'm saying is, that does not make it not. It does not just because we can't explain it does not mean that it is not what it is.
Okay.
Because just like okay, you have water right on this globe that you say gravity is making it stick to the globe,
Yep.
right? But on a flat Earth, wouldn't that be simpler explained? That would be simpler explained. Some phenomena we won't be able to explain. That's just how it is. Some phenomena we will not be able to explain,
Yep.
and it's some that we can explain.
Yeah. So taking this example, we can explain the sun going around the Earth perfectly on the globe model, but there's
Yeah,
no way realistically that it happens on flat Earth. Nobody has come up with a realistic explanation for it. So you have one model easily explained, the other model can't explain it. So just weigh the evidence. I got another one for you. Have you heard of the final experiment?
say that one more time.
Have you heard of the final experiment?
Vaguely.
Okay, so the concept was for many, many years, um, one of the topics of debate is whether or not you can have a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. So in the
Uh-huh.
summertime up here in the Arctic, you can go up there, pretty much even North Canada, Northern Europe, Iceland. You can go there and essentially during our summertime, you can be there and you can watch the sun go around you. Like you're looking and you can basically just watch the sun circle around you for 24 hours straight and the sun never goes down. It's actually pretty trippy. But
Mm-hmm.
the same
Oh
thing
yeah,
happens.
I have heard of it vaguely.
Yeah.
Okay, come on.
So the exact same thing happens in Antarctica, which of course is, at the South Pole. But for many, many years, all the top flat earthers, Flat Earth Dave and Eric DeBay, all said it's absolutely impossible. There's no way because on the flat Earth, for if the sun is again flat Earth, you tell me if you agree. Antarctica is this big white ring all the way around, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm standing, say, down here on the ice at this corner, is there any way that the sun could be circling all the way around me? Because it would be essentially going
Okay,
all
show
the
me
way
it again.
over here. It's dark over on the side. Then coming all the way back and see light. Is there any way I could sit here and watch the sun circle around me if I'm standing right there where my cursor's at? On the flat Earth.
Show me that one more time. Show me that one more time.
All right, so if I'm right here, I'm actually, hang on a second. I'm going to do something real quick just to make it a little easier. I'm going to just take that's not what I wanted. This icon. I'm just going to take a capture of this guy. All right, so I am right here, right where that arrow was pointing. I should make it bigger, but so
Ooh, the arrow. Okay,
the
I see it.
sun, this big yellow thing, is that's not what I wanted. Come on, Rob. Undo. I'll make a highlighter icon. Highlighter. Okay.
You
So
made
the
a
sun is
speech bubble.
essentially- Yep, it's going all the way around me. Yeah, I probably could do it that way. So from my perspective, I'm watching the sun circle around me. I can just kind of turn around the circle. So on flat Earth, if I'm looking this direction, obviously it's close to me, but if I'm looking this way, the sun would be, I'm looking at all the way across the Earth, which is now dark, it's nighttime over here. How could I be seeing the sun? So
You're standing down here.
Yep. Now, so I'm standing right where the arrow is. If I'm
Mhm.
standing there for 24 hours, how can I see the sun go over here behind me and all the way around, be all the way over here when it's night on this side of the Earth? How could I still be watching the sun? It's not possible on flat Earth. And that's what all of the main flat earthers said. The 24-hour sun in Antarctica is absolutely impossible. There's no way it can happen. So there was an experiment. I'm going to give me 1 second. I just goofed it up. Hang on 1 second. That was proposed by Pastor Will Duffy to say, well, let's get together a whole bunch of flat earthers and a whole bunch of globies, and let's actually do a trip to Antarctica to prove whether or not there's a 24-hour sun or not. And they invited Eric DeBay and, Flat Earth
So
Day.
where? Antarctica? Okay.
In Antarctica. So they planned this trip to Antarctica, and Pastor Duffy was paying for all of it. It was, I forget exactly how much, Michael does, like $20,000 a person, maybe more.
It was about 40 per person, and he didn't pay for everybody. He paid for a sum of the people.
Yep. So you have a whole bunch of flat earthers and a whole bunch of globies all going down to Antarctica to witness if there's a 24-hour sun, which is impossible on flat Earth according to all the head flat earthers, but very possible on the globe. So the Eric DeBays, the Flat Earth Days absolutely refuse. No way, I'm not going. They're going to take me down there and I'm going to disappear. But they made every excuse known to man to say why they were going to take this free trip to Antarctica, which many of them had said, I would love to go down there and prove there's no 24-hour sun. But yet they refused to go when the trip was offered to them for free. But many of them, there were several that did actually go down there. And what do you think they saw when they got down there?
I don't know.
They
24-hour sun?
They saw a 24-hour sun. They recorded it for several days. They even had a Starlink dish down there to live stream it. So who do you think one of the people was that actually went down there and witnessed this?
Yeah, I'll say that's another.
So who do you think one of the people were that went down there and witnessed this 24-hour sun?
Who?
Our friend here, MCToon. So he actually, and Michael paid for the trip himself.
Well, my subscribers, give them the credit.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. So he actually went down there because Will Duffy paid for the flat earthers to go because they're broke, they don't have any money. But Michael actually funded his own trip down there, went down there with them. They took multiple different cameras, 360 cameras. They had the Starlink streaming it. They were doing conferences in the middle of the night with people around the world. The sun never, ever went down. Again, it's one of those things where absolutely impossible for that to happen, even according to the flat earthers, impossible for that to happen, and yet it did. Jaron Campanella, he was a rabid flat earther. I mean, if you go and look at his content, for how many years was he doing this?
10 years.
Many, 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 many years.
Yeah.
He had to admit, you know what? I was wrong. So he was willing to admit that he went down there, saw the evidence himself, and said, you know what? I'm wrong. It's not flat. So you have to be willing to look at the evidence, do your own experiments if you want to, do what it takes, but look at the actual evidence objectively and make your own decision versus listening to others. I don't want to convince you. I want you to go out and convince yourself.
I mean, you can't convince me. I only can convince myself,
Well,
I
you should
can't,
be able
I can't, man, I gotta look all this stuff up.
Yeah, well, that's
And it-
absolutely great.
You want,
But don't
Robert,
I
could,
the source. Go ahead.
yeah, I can share a couple of the pictures and video that I took while I was there if you want.
Yeah. Well, why you bring that up is, I mean, Jeremiah, I don't want you to look it up using impartial sources, because if you go out to Flat Earth Dave's site or some other Flat Earth site and you look it up, you're not getting impartial information. That's why I say I prefer you go out and do your own research. That way you know it's impartial because you did it yourself. You're not reading what somebody else gave you, their view, their biased view.
I know I agree 100%. I don't never go off when nobody tell me.
All right,
Yeah.
so this is a photograph I took while Will was live streaming through the Starlink satellite. And so this is the video that he was live streaming is on the TFE, the Final Experiment YouTube channel. You can see that live stream. Let's see. This is when we just got there. We had been in the transport was super hot, so we were all just cooking hot. So you see there, Mark in the background there. He was so warm he took off his coat, and it was about 25 degrees Fahrenheit, so it wasn't that cold, and there's no wind. So here I am with the mountains in the background. That's Mount Rossman. You can see the tents behind us. That's where we stayed.
It's the same shirt you're wearing today.
It is the same shirt. Yep. There is near the glaciers, where the glaciers come down from the plain above, the highlands above. This is the glaciers. Super slippery ice. We all had crampons on our boots so we didn't slip. Here is me again, and then this one here. This is taken at about 2 a.m. and the sun is due south right there. So if you think about the flat Earth map, the sun is toward the outside of the map, yet at the same time it's over Australia. So a bit of a problem for the flat Earth. And then let me see here. I got the video that I took. So I recorded.
Let me ask you one question though.
Sure.
Real quick before you can go there. Because remember, you were just showing me the model that you got for how they say flat Earth is, right?
Yeah.
And he was showing me how he seen the sun on the outside of where you were standing, right?
Yep.
Because if the Earth is flat, for him to see the sun due south, it means it's basically on the other side of the ice wall.
Tell me, can you put that map back up again, real quick for me?
I'm sure you can bring up
The Gleason map. All right. Yeah.
do it.
The flat Earth map.
Gleason's, yeah.
Yep. All right. Hold on. Let's see. There's one. That might not be it. Let's see. There you go.
Yes. Okay. I can't touch the screen and all that, but I don't think. Can I?
What's that?
You say you done at this bottom part, right?
Yep.
You see the sun on the outside, right?
Yeah. Let's see. I'm going to try to move this. So this is at 2 a.m. Local time there. The sun was about here. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll show you where I was at. I was right about here. And
where is this? This is Antarctica?
Yep, I was in Antarctica, right around here, right on. And the direction of the arrow is the direction that I saw the sun. Right? Like this is where the sun was. That's where I saw. Looking south, looking toward the outside of the circle. That's where I saw the sun. Yet, in reality, the sun was over there near Australia, above the ocean there, right to the west of Australia.
So
and yeah. So how's that possible on flat Earth? Of course it's not. The answer is it's not. It's not that I don't know how it's possible. The answer is it's not possible. And then let me show you then just that one more thing is the video that I prepped here. So this is the video that I recorded.
Okay, you show me that on the flat map. So
yeah,
but you was just on where you was at and where the sun is at. It was on a globe.
Yep. So all right.
And this is pretty much why
So I can get two different views of what you're trying to show me. Because you showed me on the flat Earth, and I kind of want to see.
Well, he can't show you on the flat Earth because it wasn't flat. That's the problem.
I mean, that's why the model of the flat Earth. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So here is the video that I took with an Insta360 camera. The sun, of course, is all glare. So that's not the actual size or shape of the sun. We took a photograph of the sun every minute for 24 hours, and it never changed in size. It never distorted or anything. We saw the sunspots. The sunspots never went away or swapped out or anything like that. So I'll jump ahead a little bit. It's not a reflection. It's what you're seeing is the Insta360 has a protective covering over the lens. And so you're seeing a little bit of distortion because of that plastic covering where the glare of the sun is. So anyway, this is
another video where they used an actual solar filter to kind of take away the glare, and you see the sun just the same size all the way around.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
So what I have to point out is, I mean, these other flat earthers leaders, like Eric DeBay, refused to go on this trip because they knew if they went down there, they would be filmed seeing the 24-hour sun, and their gig would be up because for so many years they said this is impossible. So if they went down there, and I'll give you something else they did. Each of them carried a GPS tracker, which was fed up to a live website, so you could see where they were at 24 hours a day. So you knew where they were at, so it wasn't being hidden. So they knew if they went down there and they were filmed watching a 24-hour sun, their gig was up. They were no longer making money.
That's a theory.
Yeah. So I mean that's why they refused to go. They weren't afraid of disappearing.
I want to go. Y'all should have called me, asked me that I want to go. I definitely want to go see this.
You can go.
That's been awesome.
You can go. Antarctic Logistics and Expeditions has a trip every year that people can go. The same week, December 14 to 18th is one of their trips. You can go any other times. They have several times that you can go. You can go to Union Glacier, where we went, which is about 80 degrees south. They also offer trips to go all the way to the South Pole. You can stay at the South Pole Station for a few days and see the sun go around in circles there. If you want to go mountain climbing, you can go mountain climbing. They have a group that goes to Mount Vinton a couple times in December and January to climb the mountain there. So bunch of options. Anybody can go. It's super easy. I just emailed to ALE. They said, here, fill out these couple forms. And that was it.
Yeah. It's still on my bucket list, Mike, but I think I need to win the lottery. Otherwise, my wife's going to kick my ass. I spend 40 grand to go down there.
Yeah, it's expensive.
40 grand. Ooh.
Yeah, it's not cheap. And the reason it's not cheap is
you would expect that though. You would expect it's not going to be cheap.
Because you guys flew down there in a chartered 757, I think is what it was.
Yeah, so ALE charters a 757 from Icelandic Air that they keep down there for the season, and they fly that 757 from Punta Arenas, the southern tip of South America. It's about a 4.5, a little less, hour flight down to Union Glacier, and then it lands on ice. The actual runway is just ice. So we landed there, and then that plane flies right back. They don't. There's no airport there. There's no place to refuel. They just they keep the plane running, and it takes off as soon as everybody's unloaded and loaded the next group to go back. So they don't stay long.
Yeah. So kind of in conclusion, Jeremiah, unless you got something else, I mean, I hope what you saw tonight doesn't convince you, but I hope it gives you pause. That's like, you know what? Maybe I am wrong. Maybe I got more things I need to go look into. Because too often,
it definitely makes me have to go look at more things. I don't think I'm wrong. I won't come to that conclusion yet. But you have presented things that I don't know. That's the bottom line.
So what I love is stick around, come back in a couple of weeks, and I'll probably see you on in the chat groups and say.
But that's why I wanted to do it. That's what I wanted to do because I wanted to present me with things that I probably wouldn't know, and you got presented to me, and I can go look it up for myself.
Absolutely,
that's the whole point of it. I'm not.
That's all I want. Yeah, and you did much better. We've all debated flat earthers that just came on and just went not on. They get belligerent and they scream and yell and they swear, and hey, you're respectful, and I respect that, and I like that you're willing to learn.
I don't think it should be an argument. It's just a conversation.
Yep, absolutely. So, you got anything else for us? I got a 7 a.m. meeting, so I don't mind.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta get up early too, so no, I don't have nothing else.
All right, that's awesome. Yeah, thank you for joining us. It was actually a nice, respectful conversation.
I appreciate y'all having me.
All right, thanks for stopping by, Jmiah.
No problem.
All right.
Have a good night.
Well, either of you could stick around if you want. I got some stuff from the audience that might.
Sure. Oh, I don't know if you wanted to bring up the bridge photo one. And if we didn't talk about that, if you wanted to pop that up real quick and do it.
Yeah, I can tease it. I'm a genius. Yeah, I can tease it. I'm a genius.
Oh, we lost him.
He thinks he's a genius.
They hung up on accident.
I don't know. I think maybe he didn't know that he had not hung up.
Yep.
And he's telling whoever he's with there that he's a genius. Oh my goodness. That's adorable.
Yeah, maybe a replay clip.
It's adorable. He's patting himself on the back, taking a victory lap. Alyssum says, oh, hold on, Alyssum says, I'll leave, instead of covering, look, it covers me here. So I'll leave on this scene. Alyssum says, oh, hey, validating why I am not on social media. Oh yeah, social media has figured out that in order to keep people around, they need to cultivate people arguing with each other, and so that's what Facebook really relies on. So yeah, that's all social media has gotten to be. It's kind of sad. Real Harnold says, I told James he need to host a 100% Flurf debate con in the available auditorium at the Space Center Houston. How much fun would that be? That would be great. You know what? We don't need James. He doesn't want to do Flurf debates at DebateCon. We could do it ourselves. I don't know. Maybe not. It's a lot of logistics, but I don't know. Hosting one would be kind of fun. Anyway, Sustaining nimbus says, think of how long it takes for the Earth to spin around just once. Incredibly, it takes just about an entire day. Mind-blowing, isn't it? For him to think that you'd have to feel it. It's actually here's the real thing. You don't feel stationariness.
Stationary.
You ever think about that? I don't feel stationariness. Like, what? What do you mean? Like, well, I don't feel stationariness. I also don't feel motion. We don't have the capability of feeling motion or stationariness. We don't have that in our list of senses in our body. Let's see. Ableist644 is a new member at Newton. Thank you very much for joining.
Just dropping my video there.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'll switch to this. We got Jackson Rowe 33080 says my favorite Flurf word is realm. They do love to say that. I think part of the reason why they like to say that is because there's that misattributed quote to Tesla. Have you ever seen that meme posted, Robert?
Oh yeah.
The quote that is definitely not from Tesla saying Earth is not a globe, it's a realm. Like you guys didn't even check. You're lazy. Icy Spin says, ask other flat earthers how satellites work on flat Earth. No flat earther can explain how satellites work. They're like, oh, it's electromagnetism. Really? Okay. 100 kilogram satellite. How's it work? How does it work? What causes it? If you look at the route that it takes over flat Earth, it does a spirograph route. It's constantly changing direction. What's causing it to constantly change directions? You need a force to do that. We know how much force is necessary to change the velocity and direction of a 100 kilogram satellite. We can compute that using kinematics and dynamics. Dynamics, if you're talking the actual mass. But no flat earther's ever done that. Ableist644 sent 5 memberships. Thank you very much for that, Ableist. Jack Fetter says this is painful to watch, but did you enjoy the Quopian dogmas? Is that what it is? I thought you would love that, Jack Fetter. Larry Scott says TFE was an experiment, not testing the shape of the Earth, but testing the flat Earth response, a behavioral test. That is absolutely something we saw, for sure. They completely did what we knew they would do. So many of them refused to go, and we know why. It's the trip of a lifetime. You don't skip that. You don't turn down the trip of a lifetime unless you're scared of what will happen. Icy Spin says, do you understand why it doesn't work on flat Earth? No, he didn't. He was kind of confused there, Robert.
Yeah, he was. But at least he wasn't an angry Flurf. I kind of respect that.
Yeah, he had a good conversation. I like that.
Yeah.
Tim Davidson says, hit the spa last weekend, had a milk bath. It was wonderful. They asked, do you want pasteurized? I said, no, just to my neck. Past your eyes, you see, the milk, past your eyes. Oh my gosh, that is such a dad joke. Scotty Orange says Newton's laws, constant velocity feels the same. Absolutely. And flat earthers don't get this. This is a fundamental thing. They did not study science at all. This is covered in 9th grade science. I actually used the term in a video I recorded today. Drool slept through middle school science. I hope that hits when people hear it on that video. Tim Davis says, to the nip fund, catnip, not tune nip, unless, well, I mean, I could go get some tune nip. And Dirk Swizzler says, thank Titicaca, it's Tunes Day, yeet again. Yeet again. Oh my gosh. I totally screwed up that last week. All right. Well, that's what I got. You got anything else, Robert?
Nope. Yeah, thanks for having us on. And until next time, yeah, it's been a long time since I've done one of these, so it was fun.
Yeah, I had to dig deep to find the thumbnail from last time to use on this one. So anyway, it's always good to have you on, Robert. You are you shine a bright spotlight on their inability to explain anything. So
Yeah, I know. He tried, and he was respectful. So he is telling us in the chat he wasn't confused, but that's all right. We all have our opinions.
yeah.
All right. Well, have a good night.
All right, we'll see ya.
Bye.
Tim Davis says, a lot of women are self-conscious because one breast is smaller than the other. I say, look at it the other way. One of them is bigger. It's our favorite. Yep. Okay. I'll give you that. Jmiah says, at least we discovered another genius. Oh my gosh. He actually thought he was a genius. He actually said that. I love that. Let's see. Toonshine. PT Tony says, you're never going to get the Flurfs to trust Globers to do the organizing or to attend an event they organize. And that's the problem. I can't imagine Flat Earthers actually showing up to a debate that's organized by Globers that they think that they know the other person is competent. Right. They did come in large numbers to the debate at Greg Locke's church because they did not think that Greg Locke was a competent debater, and they were right. It was his first time. He didn't do fantastic. So that's why they came. But would Flat Earthers come to see me? I can't imagine that they would. I think that they would, debates, you can't get them to even agree to debate people that hardly know what they're talking about. So, it would be, I think, an event that would not be well attended. So to have it as one event in a modern day debate, weekend debate con, I think that might work. But James has said he doesn't want to do that kind of debate there. So, okay, fine. I don't know why he wouldn't want that, but he basically just wants political and religious debates because, it gets a lot of contention. A lot of people show up. So what's going on? Penguin is here. She wants to say hi. Okay. She's like, hold on. Here we go. There you go. Good girl. What are you thinking? You feeling good? You want to say anything? Hello? What a nice girl. What are you smelling? She's smelling something. What are you smelling? Did I fart? Did I burp? I didn't. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Pop. All right. What do you want? She always wants to go outside. She was just outside before this started. She's begging. Nope. Anyway. Oh. Let's see. Borg Emporia says, it seems Dick and Professor Phil Bell has agreed to a debate date and time. All right. I did see maybe next Monday. Monday probably works for me. So, yeah, there we go. Where are the guns? All right. All right. We got Algorithm says Smartchasm. The gap between how smart flirts think they are and how smart they actually are. That's a good term. I like that. Tori Hanzo says Party Tunes Night. Well, I don't have any meetings tomorrow. I mean, I have to function. So, let's see. Calder says, oh, this is good. If this PDI Industries on Facebook is absolutely toxic. Did that Facebook for PDI Industries sack up and accept the debate? No, he won't. He won't debate. I've challenged him before, and he is so. He's so dumb, so very dumb. You can just tell by his grammar. He's Australian. So he didn't grow up in a different country where they don't speak English, right? English is his native language. He writes like an absolute child. He accuses everybody of being a you know what, because when they lose, they don't have any evidence. That's where they go. And he sent me a video a while ago, a high altitude video that was published on Vika Drazeev's channel. And it went up to like 120,000 feet. And so I paused the video. When it was at the top of the flight, you could see the curve of the earth below the center of frame. This is what's crazy. If you have a barrel distorted lens, below the center of frame, it causes the lens to curve up, or the view to curve up, right? And it's still curved down below the center of frame. So it's not lens distortion that was causing it. So I'm like, he sent that to me as proof. Think about this. Flat earthers claim this video is proof. And then you take a screenshot from the video and say, wait, this supports the globe. And then suddenly that video is no good. But wait a second, just a little bit ago, it was great. You thought it was amazing. Now you reject it because it doesn't support your pre-selected conclusion. That's a mental illness. Anyway, then I'm showing him some pictures of that I took. I'll show you. When I was in Florida. Right here, this one here. So this picture here I took in Florida this year, and you can see it's a boat, and there's no hull visible at all. Whatever this boat was, I don't know, but the only the superstructure is visible. You got a crane there on the left and on the right. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's another crane. Maybe it's a fishing boat. Maybe it's a cargo ship. I don't know, but you don't see anything. And notably, you don't see a whole bunch of effects of refraction. And this was quite something, because I've been watching the water temperature and air temperature all week. And the water and air temperature were within 1 degree of each other at the time that I took this. So the refraction is still there, but it's less, and you don't have these drastic changes in temperature. And so you can see maybe a little bit of refraction at the very, very bottom, causing a little bit of stuff going on. But for the most part, you don't see hardly any refraction here. So what was this? And rather, this is what the mental illness of flat Earth does to people. He couldn't address this. And so what did he talk about? He said, the Chicago skyline. I'm like, wait, what do you mean the Chicago skyline? That doesn't help you either. Like, you need to have this much blah, blah of obstruction for the globe. I'm like, first of all, there should be zero obstruction for a flat Earth. Since there is obstruction, then you're done, right? You've already failed as soon as there's some bottom-up obstruction. But we can look at it. But flat earthers never do their own research. They never actually figure out where the observer was or how far away it was. But you know what I did? I did all of that with the help of some other people, verified it myself. Anyway, here is the skyline. right? And you can see here, this is the highest quality photo I can find. Over here is Willis Tower. You can see to the left and right of Willis Tower, there's essentially no buildings that you can see. But if you ever were there, it's completely surrounded by rather tall buildings. Not as tall as Willis Tower, but it's surrounded by tall buildings. And I think this here is the John Hancock. This one here, this is John Hancock over here. Again, to the left and right is surrounded by tall buildings when you're in town, but they're not there. And then this right here, this portion of it is Lakeshore Drive. You don't see any of the Lakeshore Drive lights. So that already is a problem, but they're like, oh, there should be this much blocked because it's this far away, and in the, this is the globe math, but they never get the globe math right. They don't even know how far away it was. They never get that right. But of course, I've got receipts. I did my work. Here is how high it was. First of all, this is the location where they're at, where the photograph was taken, up this hill. And you may not see the hill. If you've been there, you know what this is. You've got a beach right there, and then up toward the right, it goes up a pretty steep hill, and then this whole area here to the right is sand dunes. So that's what we see here, and then this is the elevation profile. So it's about 180 feet above the water. So there you go, 180 feet above the water. That's one piece of data. Then how far away was it? They don't know. They say 60 miles. They say 80 miles. They say whatever. They don't know. Well, the actual distance here is 53.3 miles to Willis Tower, right here. So you just look at a map, you figure it out. They're like, it was 60 miles. Like, well, it wasn't. Now, 60 miles, 53 miles, not a big difference, but it does make a difference when you're doing the computation. So let's take those two pieces of data and drop it into the Earth curve calculator right here. And what do we see? We got 180 feet. We got the distance, 53.3 miles. Willis Tower is 1450 feet tall. And refraction above water is a conservative estimate of 0.5. That's probably actually a bit low. It's probably more likely 0.6 or 0.7. But we can only estimate based on other conditions anyway. And then what should be hidden according to the globe? 300 feet. How much was hidden? Well, if you look at the picture, you can see that 30 stories easily 30 stories are blocked because some of the buildings around there, this is 1,400 feet tall. So only the bottom 300 feet of Willis Tower should be blocked according to the globe. And yep, that matches observation. So there we go. Anytime a flat earther talks about the Chicago skyline, it is absolute unchallenged evidence that the earth is a globe because they never get it right. They just parrot what somebody told them to think without actually doing their own research. Donkey's sleeping. He's having a dream. He's making a little noises here. All right. Anyway, there you go. There's a little bonus for you at the end. I have it ready, and flat earthers don't bring it up in debates. I don't know. I have a lot of things like ready to go for debates, and in case a flatty brings it up, they don't bring it up. Why not? Well, yeah, we know. Okay. Does anybody want to go to a hoedown? I can't get enough of the hoedown. I can't get enough of the hoedown. People, what is the moon? What is the moon? I don't know. I will be live streaming on Thursday. Tentatively, I'm planning to do a review of a recent dearth video with some guy. Oh, it's going to be terrible. You'll love it. We'll laugh. So be looking for that on Thursday. Anyway, everybody, we'll see you next time. Bye.
What is a full moon and what is a new moon on your model?
Probably like a magnetic cycle, and just like the center of a ferrocell cell image of a magnet.
I think it's probably like a magnetic cycle, just just like the center of a carousel spiral. Image of a magnet, it's just black in the middle. It's actually pure inertia, not just a little.
Yeehaw!
In the ferrocell cell image of a magnet, it actually goes into its inertial state, then charges back up. It becomes like etherically displaced. Yeah. You start to see it charge up once more, and it goes back like it did before. Once it becomes like etherically spaced, you see it charge up and take its place. Oh, shucks, ain't that so? That's how moon phases work, fam. Pass the dresser. In the magnet's heart, centrifugal divergence flies. Centripetal convergence pulls. Defying all science, etheric whispers sing. Light and shadow blend, magnetic cycles spin, where physics seems to end.
There we go.
In the ferrocell image of a magnet,
Straight back.
it actually goes into its inertial state, then charges back up. It becomes like etherically displaced. Yeehaw! Grab your partner, swing 'em round, magnetic cycles up and down. Either song in the air, hillbilly science everywhere, 'cause it's like etherically displaced. Yeehaw! Belly on up to the Wixit word salad buffet. Who has light vinaigrettes? It's behind the Jugger Ranch.
Then charges back up, and once it becomes like etherically displaced again, you start to see it charge up throughout a cycle, and it goes back